Guys, I'm in the first relationship of my life. Thank you. It's crazy because I always used to be one of these people who would say, I don't need a relationship to be happy. Okay, I don't need a relationship to be happy. But it just turns out that I've never been happy. So that's nice for me, nice change for me. I've been going out with my boyfriend for a year, but we actually met 5 years ago at uni. We did that thing, you know, when you meet someone and you have instant chemistry and an instant connection, so you decide to do nothing. Because you know when you ruin your own life. You know when you ruin your own life? Like, you know when you start vaping but you've never even smoked? Or you know when you have children? Or you know when you meet a boy that you like at uni and then you introduce him to your new friend that you've just met and then they go out with each other for a year. They go out with each other for a whole year and you feel numb inside and you can't cry. And then you don't tell anyone this, but sometimes you get the train to the beach at night to see if maybe staring into the sea will awaken something in you and maybe you'll find some sort of like emotional catharsis and some relief and you'll be able to move on, but it never comes. You know exactly what I mean. I introduced them, it was a mistake. It seemed like a better idea in theory than in reality. That can happen sometimes. Like, have you ever bought someone a scratch card for their birthday? You know, to put it in their card. That seems like it'll be nice. Yeah, just a bit extra, like £2. Put it in their card. That'll be a really nice surprise. That'll be really nice. What if they win? What if they win? That would ruin my life. That would ruin my life. The only reason you have that money is because of me. Now I have to continue to get the bus to work every day, watch you buy a horse like it's nothing. At least let me ride it sometimes. Introducing these two people, it was the exact same. I thought, I'll introduce them, that'll be nice. What if they like each other? What if they really like each other? The only reason you have that boyfriend is because of me. At least let me ride him sometimes. But she didn't. After a year they broke up, sad, and then he moved to London where I live, so I decided to do nothing again. But there was all of this mounting sexual tension between us. This had been going on for like 4 years at this point, and guys, it was like we couldn't keep it in. It was just so tense, and this thing would happen where we would be sitting on the sofa with like my flatmates. We've always all been friends in the same group of friends. We'd be sitting on the sofa, and this thing would happen where we would touch each other's knees. Like our knees would touch. It was genuinely one of the most illicit experiences of my life. I just don't understand what I mean. Right, well then, with the person next to you, because you guys don't get it, with the person next to you, I don't care if you know them, I want you to get your knee and just lick your knees, both sides. I'm looking. Touch their knee with your knee. Touch their knee. I love how close we are together. Everybody touch each other's knee. They're getting very into it. They're getting too into it. Amazing. And are you guys not all dripping wet? Like, sometimes our elbows would touch and it was honestly too much. We did that for a few weeks, and then last Christmas we were at a Christmas party, got each other alone, finally told each other that we liked each other. 2 hours later, we had sex. I know. Wow. I know, he's really into girls that dress like sexually repressed World War II evacuees. Works quite well for me. But guys, I don't want to surprise you so much, but guys, it was the first time I'd ever had sex. What? Whoa, this piece of ass! Losing her virginity at 24? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. She seems so normal. He's got his head and his hands in shock. I know, she seems like she would reach milestones alongside her peers. No. No. I've had a long time to think about it though, and I do think that 24 should be the legal age. 100% deadly serious. And I think if any of you had sex younger than that, then you are a slag. Look inwards. I went to a religious school, sorry, that's probably apparent. I went to a religious school growing up. Give me a cheer if you went to a religious school growing up. Give me a cheer if from that you have any residual shame. Oh, they're too ashamed to say. Classic. Does anybody want to volunteer what kind of religious school they went to? Somebody just went, that's not a denomination as far as I'm concerned. A lot of people, when I ask this, a lot of people say, I've got a lot of guilt, I went to a Catholic school, and I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm very embarrassed to say that I have a lot of guilt, but I went to a Church of England school, which is the nice one. And I do think that getting guilt from a Church of England upbringing is like getting the shits from eating a korma. I think it shows you to be weak. Very weak internally. It wasn't just the school though. It wasn't just the school giving me the guilt. At home we were religious as well. At home we would say grace at home. We would pray at home. So even though I grew up not religious anymore, I thought, how could I have helped that? It was kind of everywhere in my upbringing. So I had an interesting conversation with my mum the other day where she told me that she doesn't believe in God. What? I said, yes you do. She said, no I don't, I'm not very religious. I said, yes you are. She said, no I'm not. I said, sorry, no. If you are not religious, then why as a child were we praying at home and saying grace at home if you are not religious? And she went, oh yeah. And then she said, you kept bringing that home from school. You wanted to do that. So has anyone else here raised themselves religious? Because apparently that's what I said. So why would you send me to that school? She said it was the closest school. Ha! I was furious. I said, Diane, you're a lazy woman, Diane. You're telling me that because you couldn't be asked to wake up 5 minutes earlier, walk me 5 minutes further down the road to the nearest secular school, now you are the reason that every time I have a wank, I feel like I'm going to burst into flames. And then ever since that conversation, now every time I have a wank, I'm also kind of thinking about my mum, which I don't like. I'm not a prude though, I'm not a prude. Silence of agreement. I know I'm not a prude because I've been to a life drawing class. Has anyone else here been to a life drawing class? If you don't know, artistic women in the audience. If you don't know what it is, it's like a drawing class, but what you're drawing is a naked model. And I was like, yeah, I'm all over that. I can be artsy. Have you seen my jumper? I own a tote bag. I can put my hair in a bun and put a pencil in the bun. Come on, this is going to be so good. And I got there with the pad and I was ready, and then the guy took his robe off and immediately I was like... Guys, it was massive. I had to get bigger paper. It was ridiculous. But it's great, I go there twice a week. What else can I tell you? My other regret, sorry, other than just sharing that with you just now. My other regret is I had braces. And I did not continue to wear my retainer, and my teeth have moved, and I am ashamed of my appearance. She's nodding. Did anybody else not wear the retainer? Or am I? Yeah, thank you. We have a lot in common, but I've joined the retainer. I love that. If people in the room didn't wear retainers and they don't understand, basically you get your braces off, then you have to just wear your retainer every night or your teeth will move. And it's very difficult because wearing your retainer at night is like giving a blowjob to somebody that you don't fancy. I know, it's not nice, it's difficult. It's like if something's in your mouth for too long and it tastes weird and your dentist is making you do it. So it's difficult. I'm worried though, I'm worried that it's going to affect my life. Like what if I die in a plane crash? Very genuine fear. What if I die in a plane crash? How will they identify my body? Because they'll be there with the dental records and they'll go, oh well maybe this one could be Abbie Edwards. And they go, no, because actually according to her dental records, she should have the teeth of a movie star. And they'll say, oh well maybe she just didn't wear her retainer. And they'll go, oh well, if she didn't wear her retainer then she deserves to be dead. Unfortunately that goes for you as well. I work at a school. Educating all the children. It's interesting. My boyfriend's always asking me if I want children, but I don't know. I will see children all the time and I don't really know how I feel about them. A lot of them don't know anything. And it's partly my fault, but that's annoying. And And also some of them don't really have their personal boundaries in check, you know? Like once I was at work and I was wearing a jumper with a big fox on it, because I'm a very fashionable person, as you can see, as you can attest to. And one of them tried to touch the fox and ended up touching my boob, and I had to remind him, you know, I was like, sir. So has to stop. So it can be stressful, but on the other hand, I work with primary school children, so they're still a little bit sweet, they're still a little bit nice. And sometimes they'll bring you in a card, and I brought one in to show you. So my name's Abbie Edwards, but if you were a child and showing me like an ounce of respect, you'd call me Miss Edwards, but they usually don't. And it's really nice, it's got all the teachers, got a big rainbow on it, and it says, oh no, how cute, it goes, I love everyone. I love Mr. Rutherford, Mr. McKenna, and Miss Haddie. Even Miss Edwards. So I'm going to quit. Guys, you've been so lovely. You've got a lovely rest of your night ahead of you. Thank you, I've been Abbie.